Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody, to the different time zone, whoever has joined. A very warm welcome to all of you in this ProThought session for how to break away from boarding the PMP training sessions. Just to start with my introduction, my name is Souvik Chatterjee. I'm a doctorate in the life sciences and MBA in the operations, PMP certified, and a authorized training partner from the PMI and from ProThoughts. I am also certified in the Agile certified practitioner and a Lean Six Sigma Black Belt, having around 19 years of experience. So I got my training and the certification from ProThoughts. You can consider that I started my. I was a student in ProThoughts. I got the training. I got the certification from both PMI, SCP, and PMP, and then I started giving the trainings as well. So I think it was more than 8 years now. I'm involved with the ProThoughts in the different capacity of giving the training for the Agile as well as in the Six Sigma Black Belt. Okay, just to put a disclaimer that these topics which we are going to discuss, so those are like my presentation, my thoughts. So it is not any kind of obligation or any kind of knowledge to the ProThoughts or any other organization. So these are based on purely my experience and my thoughts. So during this session, we are going to discuss about the game-based PMP training. And you know that ProThoughts is one of the pioneer in that. We'll briefly discuss about our history, about how we have started the journey with the game-based PMP training. And then we'll try to introduce one PMP project management concept to you. And then what we are going to do, we are going to play some simulation games for the PMP concept, and there will be some take-home message. So our intention is to show you that how we play the games and we introduce a different concept of the project management professional concepts. So as you know that the game-based learning is one of the very important topics, and it is throughout the world. This is very useful in terms of the adult learning. So it has there are different kind of game-based methodology. So there are two terms actually very popular. You might be knowing that one is called game-based learning, another is called the gamification. So gamification actually integrates the game elements, okay, like your leadership board or badges or points into the whole process of learning in a non-game environment, whereas the it aims to increase the motivation and improve the learning, whereas the game-based learning is actually focuses on the specific use of the games themselves as an educational tool, like the way we are going to present and the way we are going to play the games today. So you will be able to understand from that. So the basic of the, all of us are adults for the PMP certification, right? And adult learning is little bit different from the normal learning, because we have already completed our graduations, master degrees, we are in the working professionals. So as you know that there is a famous model, uh, and this model is called the Edgar Dell's cone of experience, right? So if you see this model, so Edgar cone of experience, this model says that if you do some reading, it will give you the 10% of the retention in your memory. So if you hearing like listening, then it will give you like your around 20% of the listening. So seeing something, this helps us to retain it like 30% in our memories. And whereas you are watching some movies, looking at some exhibits, like watching some demonstrations, this will give around 50% of the retention. And all these are called your different type of the passive activities. Whereas when you actually participate in some kind of discussion or giving some kind of talk, or you're involved in some kind of activities, so this actually gives you 70% to 90% of the retention in your memories. So this is very famous model, and Edgar's Dell model, which has been there since 1969. And we will be seeing that uh, the games which we play is has a completely different altogether. Like we have designed the games, and these games are actually helping us to understand the different kind of the uh, project management complex requirement and the processes and the different type of thinkings. So and that is why we are focusing on the game based learning. So it actually helps us to improve our attention, concentration, which is obviously for the very experienced people like us is very, very important. It stimulates our imagination because, as you know, in the PMP exam, the questions will be based on and the focus on the scenario based, right? So you have to understand the concept and you have to apply the concept to the real questions. And so we introduced here in 2014. Since 2014, ProThoughts is pioneer in the um, uh, enacting and establishing different type of the game based learning. So we are doing it from 2014, and we this encourages the collaboration between the different participants as well. You can consider this a simulation for your office environment, and then it also helps us to make improvement in our critical thinking process. Just to move on to the next slide. This is just a small clip from our the concept and the from our videos from the classroom, where you can see that we are the different participants are working on the different activities and the different type of the concepts, meaning that what are the different activities in the PMP, the project management sequence, starting from your kickoff meeting, from your charter preparation, from your brainstorming session. So how the different activities are uh, uh, getting captured, and so that the simulation exercise have been done by the team members. So just let me play the video so that you can just give me one moment to share the sound. So these sessions are participated and managed by all of our trainers, and all the different participants are actually, as you can see, that different activities, the cheats are given to them so that they can arrange the different activities in the project sequences. So this is one of the brief clip from us, and as you can see that we provide different type of the games. ProThoughts is known for the game-based learning since 2014. We have developed many of the different games, the simulation exercises, which will actually help us to demonstrate different activities in the project management cycle. So as for example, if you see that we have some icebreaker session in the project management where we request our participants to share different type of the project experience, where this actually helps to understand the different challenges and how the waterfall models have been done, how the agile models have been done. So in our different PMP sessions, the classroom session, online sessions, we provide the we start with a different type of project discussion so that the different people can explain that what are the challenges they are facing on the how the different challenges has been solved for the waterfall model and the IT model. Then we have the capstone exercise, the similar kind of exercise which we are going to do today. So we take some live project per group. We create the breakout rooms, and due to the functionality, there is a limitation in the functionality. So maybe we will not be able to create the breakout rooms, but we are going to discuss about the simulation, how we do this exercise. And then we have the negotiation. For the project negotiation, there are different type of the negotiation methodology. So we discussed, we give some live example, we have some case studies, and we discuss that how in the real life situation, if you given the particular case study, how you are going to solve the through the different role plays. Then we have very interesting games which are called your snake and ladder game. So where we again use project management concept and try to explain that how the different type of the roles and the different type of the challenges are solved. So another example we have the tower game. This is very interesting game for the tower game. So in the tower game, what we do, we use the cups and the sticks to identify how the risks are identified and mitigated. So how we do that, we identify if you we gives like 30 sticks and the 5 cups, and you have to create the tower in such a way that you can minimize the risk and you can save the cost. So this is actually a perfect simulation of what currently the industry is heading to, right? So as you know, in your organizations there are always a focus on the reducing the cost and managing the critical risk. So we play this simulation game through the tower game. This is a very, very interesting one. So then we have again the conflict resolution role play. So we have the different scenarios, and we in a optimal resource condition, we create some roles like your finance is there, your operation is there, your IT team is there, and we give some kind of project objective, and we try to see that how the different teams are interacting. And by this way, we actually discuss the PMI, PMP concepts of the different conflict resolution techniques. We also have the very popular sailboat game where we discuss about how the different risks are mitigated, how the different risks are identified. So this is also very interesting. So we also have some storytelling sessions. So where the different team members share their experiences about the different type of the quality system, different type of the contract management system. We have another game which is called your Chinese whisper game on the communication technique. As you know that in the project management, it is very, very important that how you are going to communicate with your stakeholders, right? And the very big projects has different level of the communication. Like we have your verbal communication, we have your written communication, we have your push type of communication and pull type of communication. So we discuss in the different, this is also a very interesting game where some information has to be percolated to your team member, and we try to see that creating the different groups, that how the information can be provided and how the information can be shared. So also we have the team games on the WBS, the work breakdown structure. So this game we are going to display, and we are going to play together. And we also have the risk management case studies to develop some kind of risk register. We select some of the projects from the participant experience, and we create some risk register um, for the particular project, so that the different team can show that how they identify the risk, how they mitigate the risk, how the different type of the risk responses can be utilized, and the remaining risk, which is called the residual risk. So how the residual risk can be monitored throughout the project cycle. So this is some theory part. So and different type of the games which we have. So in our all the classroom sessions as well as in our online sessions, we play these games through the interactive session. So what we are going to do now, that we are going to introduce one concept to you. Like same way we introduce a concept to our participants during the actual session, and then we are going to play a game together so that you can understand that what type of the how this kind of the concept, PMI concept, can be understood through playing a game, right? Because it looks like how this kind of the concept has been developed and by ProThoughts. So to start with, we all of you know that project requires some kind of requirements, right? So projects are all about the deliverables. So how you collect the requirements? So can you just put in the chat that how you can collect the requirement? Can you please put in the chat that how you collect the requirements from your thoughts? How you collect the requirements? So you collect the requirements from the discussions, the stakeholders, like you collect the requirements from the interviews, you collect the requirements through the surveys, right? You have different type of the techniques to collect the requirements, right? So once you collect the requirement, you need to identify what is the project for, what is the scope of the project. And then once you identify the scope of the complete project, then you need to distribute the project activities, the work to the different individual, right? Because your project may have your 500 people or 700 people, or maybe at least 50 to 100 people, right? So you have to distribute the work. How we are going to distribute the work? So you are going to use a technique which is called decomposition. Okay, so this technique breaks down. So in the term of the project management, we do not use the term breaks down. So we use the term decomposition. And that through the decomposition, as you can see, that the project, this has been decomposed into the different control accounts, and these are further divided and decomposed into the planning package, and which is further decomposed into the different work packages. Like you have this project, as for example, if you take the project, your PMP certification as a project, right? Then you have your different control account, like you have your 35 contact hours of the training, then you have to complete your study material, then you have to complete your application procedure. So these are the different kind of control account. And from this control account, you need to further decompose into the planning packages, like how you are going to plan for your 35 contact hours. And these are further broken down into the work packages. So the smallest unit in the WBS, this structure is called the work breakdown structure, is your work packages. Okay, so what we are going to do, we are going to start with a small game where we are going to assign that particular project to all of you. And we request you to create the work breakdown structure. And once you create the work breakdown structure, so if you can create that on a screen in any of the system, like your Word document or in your PowerPoint or any other software application, or if you do it in the hard copy and can take a photo of that, and you will give you will we can give you the access to present that on screen, so that you can see that how the work breakdown structure is created. Okay, so are you all okay? Do you understand what is the how we are going to play the game? Can I get some responses in your chat? Can we get some responses? So is the game intention is clear? How we are going to create the work breakdown structure? So you need to create that on your desktop system, on a mobile, or any system you have. So if you can just create the work breakdown structure, so then it will be helpful. Okay, so please give some responses. Okay, I can see some responses are coming. Okay. Okay, so now what we are going to do, we are going to display you the actual game. So what is the rule of the work breakdown structure? So you need to understand that 100% rule is there, meaning that you have to ensure that all the activities which you are going to do, right? So that will be included in this work breakdown structure. So you should not miss any of the activity. You should include all the project and the product component, meaning that what project requirements are there, how to be delivered, and what are the product features, like for particular thing, what are the different product functionalities are there. So you also need to include that. And there will be this hierarchical structure, like we have seen, like the project, then the control account, the planning account, and the work breakdown structure. Okay, so this will be the now let's play the game together. So what we are going to do, that we are going to create the work breakdown structure for a project which is called your Supernova car racing. So as you are a project manager in the US based software company Delphi.inc, which is based in New York. So last week you get a confirmation that you own a new project for your organization. Okay, and the deliverables of this project is your Supernova car racing with the single user and the multiple user feature. So you have to create a computer game which has these different features. Okay, so you have to create the feature of the single user and the multiple user feature. This should have the different tracks, like the peninsula track, the sea beach track, the desert track, the city track, and the village view track. And then there should be some kind of enhancement opportunity for this game. And then you can reward, you'll get some rewards after winning of the car race, meaning that if you go for the car race, and it should best support the animation and the sound effects. Okay, and it will have the cinematic clips. So now can you please try in your system to create some work breakdown structure for this project? So can you please try to create some work breakdown structure for this project? And as you can see that these are the deliverable, these are the scope of the project. Now we are going to create some kind of the work breakdown structure. And when you create the work breakdown structure, this will look like this. Okay. So can we start with the work breakdown structure, guys? So can you start some work breakdown structure? So guys, can you please do some work breakdown structure? And I have given you the access also, so that once you create this, will display on screen. Okay, so let me share with some examples so that you can understand that how we are going to do it together. So just let me show some example to you. So as for example, as you can see, yeah, Monoranjan, I can see your hand is raised. Okay, so the chat is disabled. So okay, just give us a moment. Uh, can you just ensure that Namita, can you ensure the chat is enabled?
I'll just check, sir. The Q&A is
Okay.
open for anything for now.
Okay. So maybe you can put the question in the Q&A. Yeah, that's a good option. So here, as you can see that we have created one work breakdown structure. So we start with this Supernova card game, which we need to, this video game to be created. And from here, you can create what are the different features and the functions to be created. So like one function to be created, like how to develop the story, like your movie or cinema movies, you need to start with the creating the stories, right? So there are some activities are with that artwork. Then you have the other control account like your sound. Then your control account have some kind of design, and then you have your there were different type of the level creations, right? So these are the different type of the work breakdown structure. And then if you go further level down, you can see that the different kind of the characters within the stories have to be created. And then the different type of the rising plot or the plot twist, different things you need to create. So these are all your individual work packages. Okay, so when you create the video game, then we need to create all the different type of the work packages. And from this work package, individual work package will be discussed in a document called your WBS dictionary. So in the WBS dictionary, so all the different requirement, the acceptance criteria, so all those things are included in the WBS dictionary. So you will be able to identify that for character introduction, what are the characters to be required, how the characters, what will be their features, right? So the acceptance criteria, so the all the timeline to create that, all those information will be included in the WBS dictionary. So for each of those work packages, you have all the details in the WBS dictionary. So as a project manager, you need to create this. So if you someone can create this in his work in the application and would like to share the screen, please. Anybody has anybody create this and would like to share his or her screen, please? Then we can allow Monoranjan, if you can share your question here, please. So you please put your question in the chat, the question and answer, Monoranjan. Okay, so as you can see that once you create the WBS, then you need to have the different control account. And from the control account, we have the planning packages here. So like your, for artwork, you have the planning packages, different type of the planning packages like your concept art, like your characteristic model, then your environmental design. And what actually you are going to deliver in these particular work packages, so that will be included in your WBS dictionary. So as a project manager, you need to create these work packages from the total project requirement, and then you need to assign these different tasks to different individual, so that you can show them that what are the different type of the task the individual can complete. And yeah, the project name is Supernova Car. Yes, that's correct. So yes, that's correct. So yeah, chat is open now. So if you have any question, please do share that in the chat also. Yeah, please. Yeah, project is Supernova Car. Yes. So if you please create some work breakdown structure, then we can discuss the. Can you create please the work breakdown structure for this project? Let me show you the project once again so that you can see that what are the requirements. Any question you may have, you please feel free to ask. So please create the work breakdown structure so that we can explain the concept and we can have some discussion, please. Can you please create some work breakdown structure together? Let us know if you anybody would like to share his or her screen with the work breakdown structure so that we can have a discussion. Anybody would like to share his screen? Munranjan, would you like to share your screen? I can see Sarika, Subhash, Syed, Vinith, Sachin, Rakesh. Anybody would like to share your screen? As this is an interactive session, so we are allowing you to speak as well. So you guys can, yeah, you can talk also if you have any question. Please go ahead. Sayed, any question you may have, you would like to share? Rahul, Prashant. Yeah, okay, I can see Manoj, Manoranjan, you are trying. Okay, okay, please create that and we can discuss. This is a very interesting concept. So for all the big projects in our organization, this is very, very useful. So if we can create that model as we have seen one of the example, then we can discuss that. So please take 5 minutes time to create that. So we can give you some time to create that and then you can please display. Anybody has any question, please feel free to ask. Okay, so we can continue with the slides. Just let me again put the slides back with some samples so that you can get some idea what we are going to do. So this work breakdown structure is, see, it can be different. It can be different at how I have drawn it versus how you guys have prepared it, right? But at the end of the day, it should ensure that all the activities which are there in this particular project for this game development should be included here. So as for example, you can see that the different level creation, what I have explained, that the terrain or the static meshes or the texture application. So for you, this activity, these work packages may be different, right? But at the end of the day, we need to ensure that either of the work the background structure we use, either how you have developed it, so or I have developed it, so it captures all the work packages. So if this work package is not there for any particular description of the particular segment, then this will not be reproduced, cannot be completed during the project. So we need to ensure that any activity which you want to include, it is mentioned here. So if you have any query, please mention in the question and answer chat as well, or you can speak as well. So we have now allowed you to speak also to make it more interactive. So you can speak also if you have any question on this. Let me know anyone would like to share screen, please. Anyone would like to share screen? Anybody given a try to it? Maybe let me ask Monoranjan, would you like to present your screen? Or Anantaram, Angadi? Vivi? Okay. Anybody would like to present? I can see I'm doing okay, okay, okay. You guys need some time. Yeah, yeah. Go ahead, please. Please do it. So you can wait for 5 minutes. Yeah, and then you can share your screen. So let me again go back to the requirement document. So that will be helpful for you to understand that what are the different requirements for this project. Dhairya, Dhiren, Jaiprashad, Krishna, Madhuri, you have, if you able to create some work breakdown stuff this project, please feel free to display on screen. So these are the different deliverables which we need to include in the work breakdown structures. So this will give you the project understanding about the project. What is the scope of the project? So this will be from here. Okay, no problem. I understand that you guys have tried, but you are not able to complete. Would you like to share the on screen that whatever you have done so far? So anybody would like to present on screen? I can stop sharing and then you guys can share your screen, please. Whatever you have done so far so that we can understand and explain. Monoranjan, can you please share your screen? So whatever you have done. Okay, so I think maybe somehow the system is not supporting for Monoranjan. Okay, anybody else would like to share screen? Anybody would like to share screen? Ah, this is here. Yeah, super, super. This is right. This is absolutely right. You're on spot. So yeah, so you have created it very nicely, Monoranjan. Very good, very good. So I think we just saw for a moment, Monoranjan. You can share your screen again. You can please do share your screen. We can have a good discussion on that. Someone is sharing the screen, please. Monoranjan, would you like to try it once more? We can see the screen. If anybody has created it, then it's great. You can just share your screen and we can discuss. Please click on the join audio and then join with the computer audio as Jatin mentioned in the chat, please. Someone else also please join and please share your screen. If anybody has joined, you can please show your screen. Okay. Okay, so in the interest of time, we am just proceeding. So once you try to create the work breakdown structure, so this will look like this. So you have the game, and then as you have explained that you have your story, artwork, and sound, and the physics, and the different level. Okay, so you are okay. Just let me see that. Okay. Just give us a moment. So I think the attendees are not, Manoranjan, you are not a host anymore. Okay, so let's progress. Okay, so as you can see that this work breakdown structure is very useful for the big projects where you have a lot of the different team members and the project team members are there. You would like to assign the different work packages to them. So you can assign the different work packages to the individual and they can complete the activity. So what is the key learning from the work breakdown structure? So Monojan, you would like to speak, please? If you would like to speak, you can speak. If you have any queries, go ahead. Okay, so here the main what is the main learning from this game if you have done this exercise? So So identify, the first point is you identifying the deliverables and the work and task needed for to accomplish them, meaning that for what are the task is required and what are the work packages required. Then we have also discussed about the organization and the structure of the WBS, work breakdown structure, how to create that. And the third thing is that we have learned about the decomposition. Like, so for any big project, right, any big project, you need to decompose the activities into the different um, accounts, control accounts, and then you decompose this into the planning packages, right? And then you have the work packages, which is the smallest unit in the WBS, work breakdown structure. So this is for your waterfall model. And as many of you are working on the agile models, right? So agile model, how we do? So agile model also have the the big structure. So you have your themes and the epics here. So you have your themes or epics here. And so you same way you decompose this to the features. Then you have your in the smallest unit is here your user story. Okay, so here the smallest unit is your user story. So here your smallest unit here is your work package, and from work package you can further break it down or decompose it to the activity level. Okay, so when you do the your estimation activity, next you if you want to estimate your cost for the project or time for the project or resources for the project, so you can estimate for the activity one, activity two, for the different activities you can estimate that. And then if you add those activity estimates, then it will give you the estimate for your cost, schedule, or your resources. So this is very effective technique. You start with the work breakdown structure and you create your work packages. From the work packages you create your activities and you create the estimate from the activities. So that is how you have to do the estimation, and you can assign the work as well. So this is, as we have discussed, that developing and assigning a unique identification code. We have created some unique identification code in this process, right? As you can see from this structure, we have the different numbers like 1.0, 1.1. So this is called, the numbering system is called the code of account. So this numbering system is called the code of account. So in your the work breakdown structure dictionary, you have these unique numbers or the code of the accounts, against which you have the different activity description, that what actually activity, work package, action to be done, so that information will be available. But this will be identified, these unique numbers, which is called your code of accounts. And the last step is that from here, the fifth stage is that the review of the decomposition of the work packages and verify that they align with the project requirement, meaning that what we have created for this supernova car project, so you are matching all those decomposition of the activities to match with those your requirement. So in that way you can ensure that all of your project target and the project deliverables are actually completed. So this is briefly about what the work packages and work breakdown structure. So as you know that we explained that in all of our online session and your classroom sessions, we discuss about these different gaming technique, and we play all the games to introduce the concepts. So our next upcoming batch is coming in the August, the 10th, 11th, 17th, and 18th August. You can get in touch with our admin team who actually help you with your suitable dates and the suitable slots or upcoming online session or the classroom session, and we can have the further discussion. So with that, I'm going to open the forum for any kind of question you may have. So please feel free to ask any kind of question if you have. So you have, as you have attended this webinar session, so you can claim one PDU, so Professional Development Unit. So the number is 4032515 LVE. So that is the number. So you just you can use that to claim your Professional Development Unit. So we request all of you to please complete the poll. Please answer the poll questions, please. Please answer the poll questions so that we can get your feedback. So please provide the poll. Please share your feedback. Please share your feedback, please. So please let us know what would like to get, what response or what information. If you need any kind of information about the more interactive games, we also have regular sessions. So you can just let us know that which kind of game would like to play, and if any particular concept you would like to discuss. So please share your feedback. So please provide your response in the poll questions, please. We'll wait for 30 more seconds to get your feedback. Please share your feedback. Just let us know that if you would like to get any more information about the different type of the games which we play. Okay. So I think thank you for all of your participation. So this is a great session. So thank you for all of your feedback. And we are really looking forward for more interactive session in the future. So please get in touch with our team. So we are conducting this game-based training for all the sessions in the classroom as well as in our online sessions as well. So please feel free to get in touch with our team, and they will be able to help you with more information about these particular games. So thank you. Thanks for your participation. Have a nice evening and the rest of the day.